Nicholas Staddon from Monrovia Nursery. We're going to talk about tips on transplanting lilac bushes. Several things to keep in mind when you've bought your beautiful lilac. I'm here with Donald Wyman, this is his name. Some lilacs probably get to be about 8 to 9 feet high. There are some smaller growing varieties. Others, like Donald, get 10 to 12 feet high. So the first thing is lilacs love full sun, so make sure they're away from the shade. As they get quite large, if you're near a structure, such as we are here, keep them away from the structure. Many of them will spread underneath the ground. Keep them away from windows. But have them close enough to the house so you can enjoy the flowers, the fragrance, and you don't have to go too far to harvest the blooms. Now, we're going to plant this plant. Grasp firmly by the base, tap off the container. As always, great root system, keep our hand underneath the ball. We've dug the hole about twice the size of the root ball. That's always a good guideline. Make sure that the root ball is not proud from the level of the soil. This is a perfect depth. Okay, another good tip for planting is you've got your mulch, which you've bought from the garden center or you've made yourself or from the compost heap. This is the local native soil. Make sure that you mix the native soil with the mulch at least 50-50. This way, when the roots come out of the root ball, they'll get to know this new native soil and will very much appreciate the mulch, which they'll recognize. Okay, so we mix the native soil with the mulch into the hole. About halfway through, I'm a real big fan of slow release fertilizer. So using the prescribed amount, a little bit of fertilizer, it goes right down into the root ball, so when those roots come out. Okay, keep mixing our native soil with the mulch. Okay, there we go. Now, a well. You know, lilacs are pretty thirsty plants to start with. Once they get established, they're very, very drought tolerant. So we make a well around the plant, and the well is going to hold the water. During the warm weather, the lilac, if she's a new lilac, is probably going to be watered maybe a couple of times a week. And during the wet weather, you really don't have to bother at all. But as she gets older, she's more drought tolerant. So that's when you'll give her last thing to do. Glug, 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 glug. Use the old nice water in, nice deep watering. And then there's a last thing you can do. I always put a little bit of fertilizer on the top. And there, your lilac has got a great start to a great life with you and your family. So now you know you need lilacs in your garden. This is Nicholas Staddon from Monrovia Nursery talking about tips on transplanting lilac bushes.